Hello everyone, Time Rover here, and welcome to the start of a new series for Surviving Mars. And I wanted to throw in at the beginning here just a glimpse of what we're going to hopefully achieve in this series. We had just finished up not too long ago our for the benefit of all achievement run, which went pretty darn well. And quite honestly, it was very fun to do that. And I went ahead and sort of stopped the series at that point and then just continued playing solo. And this is the end result of said gameplay here. And I actually did take on the personal challenge of sort of greenifying Mars a little bit. And I'm here on Sol 317 of that playthrough. I think we cut out around Sol 80 or so, because that's when we got the achievement. And everything is pretty darn green, or getting there. And you can see it expanded quite a bit over those many sols. And I've sort of reached a point now where we are actually open canopy on all of our domes here. And if we take a look at the planetary view, look at that. We've got some blueness on Mars. I didn't actually quite finish the terraforming process. We still have four or so areas to get to, but we're close. Mainly it was just the water. And honestly, I just sort of grew tired of it. But someone had suggested in the comments to our achievement run that we try and do a proper terraforming run. We had started one way back when, and I thought about going back and trying to continue that where we left off, but it just seemed a little cleaner just to start fresh and go from there. But yeah, figured I'd show off the end result of this. I was thinking about actually restarting where we left off with the achievement run and just recreating what I did solo. But let me tell you, the mystery that we ended up with was a huge pain in the butt. Oh my gosh. I think I ended up with the hardest mystery, and for which I'm blanking on now. But essentially, was it Mars? No, it wasn't Mars Gate. Was it? I can't remember. I'm completely blanking on what the mystery was, and apparently I don't have my thing anymore. Milestones? No. I'm sure it's somewhere around. I'm sure I can find it somewhere. Building colors, or not? Is it over here? Radio main menu. No, I don't know. Anyway, the mystery that we got. Oh no, it was the war. It was the war on Earth. Right. Okay. It was the War on Earth mystery, and boy, that was the first time I went through it, and dear God, it was a pain in the rear, and I did not want to do it again. So we're not going to start from there anyway. But it was interesting. I mean, I am very surprised we got through what we got through in the achievement run, and it just made completing that mystery, which I ultimately did, but it was a pain because of all the sort of the strategies we took to get the achievement in the previous achievement series. But that's neither here nor there. Let's talk what we're doing today. Well, like I said, we're going to shoot for a planetary terraforming game where we just basically get to this point where Mars is pretty much all terraformed. I don't know how long it's going to take. I mean, good Lord, I'm in Sol 300 and yeah, it's a bit rough. Now, granted, in that achievement game, it's probably a little bit easier if you set out with that goal in place, which we're gonna do, because I was fighting back the war on Earth for the longest time, and it really wasn't until late 100 that I actually started the terraforming process, and so on and so forth. Mars Express. Okay, so we're gonna go with Terraforming Initiative. So we started with the Terraforming Initiative. All terraforming techs are 50% cheaper for research. Forestation plants do not require power. Can import RC dozers. Bonus tech Martian vegetation. Unlocks forestation plants. Interplanetary projects. Unlocks terraforming special project. We're going to go with the Terraforming Initiative again. and see if we can do a little bit better of a job this time around than we did in the previous one. I'm also going to service comfort of decorations increased by 10 for the ecologist. Hydro, start with the water deposit revealed. Domes consume 25% less water. Water reclamation unlocks a spire, which reduces water consumption. Yeah, that's geoengineer. Seeds import costs reduced by 50%. We get 2 GHG factories and greenhouse gas factories and 2 forestation plants with a bonus tech of design forestation. Newly grown forests have a chance to spawn vistas and research sites. I think we're going to go with the geoengineer. Yeah, that's going to be right up our alley for this this go around here. Game rules, I don't think we're going to mess around with that. Mystery. The Last War, yeah. Apparently I did do Metatron. I don't remember what this one was. Honestly. What are we doing? Do we do none? I mean, it does add some general, like, fun, sort of, to the things. But, I mean, I have a goal. I want to terraform. And I don't want to have to wait super long for it. But maybe what we do is we just do one of these easy peasy ones. The power of 3. Science is no more than an investigation of a miracle we can never explain. The art, or science is no more than an investigation of a miracle we can never explain, and art is an interpretation of that miracle. Inner light, seize the time, live now, make now always the most prosperous or precious time. Oh my gosh, I cannot read today. I do apologize, dear Lord. Let me try that one again. Seize the time, live now, make now always the most precious time. Now will never come again. Beyond Earth. It isn't all over. Everything has not been invented. The human adventure is just beginning. And then the Philosopher's Stone. All the gold which is under or upon the earth is not enough to give in exchange of virtue. Let's just do like the power of 3. I mean, I haven't done any of these easy ones, so, you know, we'll see. Hopefully it's not bad. I don't know. I'm still like, maybe we should just go none. Rival colonies 3, that's fine. And yeah, I'm good with that. Let's go next. Alright, we've got our little green spaceship-y here. What are they starting us with? We got an RC dozer. Do we want that? I like the transport. And we certainly can use it to start doing some terraforming pretty early. One thing I do wish we would have in this playthrough is that terraforming nanite thing. That was awesome, I have to say. In the achievement run, that was super nice. It allowed us to just sort of like, you know, come and go as we want. We didn't have to deal with any of the you know, drones not within our radius of our terraforming projects. Is this okay, drone hub? That's fine. We don't get moisture vaporators. Fuel refiners, Stirling generators. I think that's fine. Orbital probes. I mean, do we need this many orbital probes? I mean, it's nice. Can I, if I get rid of many of these and go to prefabs, can I like, no. No. We could get a Stirling generator. We could probably get rid of the Stirling generators and go with something else. But nah, I'm going to be okay with it. We've got 5.1 million bucks left. I really wish I could get a transport and an explorer, but don't have the room. So yeah. And I don't want to spend any more money. I'd rather save up and spend it on a transport and exploration as well as a drone hub. So we're just going to go with the default loadout. That's going to be fine. And yeah, next. Where are we going to set up shop at? I kind of want difficulty issue. I'd like to be sort of low. One of the things that helped us last time around was that our map was very generous in what we ended up with. Dust storms really suck. Cold waves really suck. I mean, meteors I don't mind. Usually I like to get the meteors high because they bring science. And they're not too terrible. Water is really good here. Metals are good, but concrete is a little suspect. That's certainly not a, you know, dust devils are low, dust storms are low, cold waves are low, relatively flat. That's always good. Well, to some degree. We don't get the boost for our power generation by wind turbines, but, you know, it's something. But the concrete being low is a little troublesome. I mean, I guess we could always import it, but we don't really have a good way of getting a steady income in this playthrough. Whereas before, we had a decent, you know, USA just gave us money every so often because of reasons. Alright, little jump cut there, but we are going to go with this map right here. 17 degrees south, 147 degrees east. Difficulty is not that great, not that high, I should say. I am fine with this. A little bit of meteors, a little bit of dust devils, and sort of even split across our resources, as well as relatively flat. So we're going to go ahead with this site for our Terraforming Initiative rundown. Now, hopefully, I'm trying to think if I want...
Welcome to Mars.
If I, yeah, what, oh, how do I say this? What breakthroughs will be good for us here? I kind of do want a couple things. I would like the nanite terraforming. If we can, if, you know, by happenstance we have that, that'll be a win. And of course, my go-to favorites are usually the free pipes and free cables. So if we could get, you know, any of those three, I will be, you know, stupendously happy. In our last playthrough, we, of course, we got the nanites terraforming and the free cable, but we didn't get the pipes. Okay, so we are now in command. We've got a bunch of things. We're going to go ahead and pause right away. Good bit of flat area, flat terrain, which is good because, you know, we're going to have to deal with trying to get up here some way, shape, or form, whether that be through tunneling or ramp building. But we do have a RC dozer right away, so we could certainly do that. Let's take a look at our techs. Okay, we've already started the terraforming stuff, of course. Drones work faster on landscaping projects. Again, I'm not a huge... I don't know if the Terraforming Initiative is all that, you know, fantastic. Because honestly, you can't really do much, I feel, at the very beginning of the game. But maybe that's just me. We're going to give it another go here, see if we can do a little bit more. Got some Mars funding. I think we're going to go with the sensor towers first and foremost, as I think that's going to be excellent. Salvaging decommission protocol is pretty darn good. I don't know if I'm going to do the topology AI right away, although it would start unlocking terraforming tech. But, I mean, we're going to have to sort of play like, you know, we're actually going to bring people in here. Allow clearing. Let's go. Let's just throw in a couple things here. Something like that. And go to town on the research. Now, I could outsource things, but I want to make sure to get the second rocket. Speaking of, do we have a second rocket? We do. Okay, well, that's good to know. However, we don't have moisture evaporator, so we can't make fuel unless we find some resources. So over here, is there some place we'd prefer? I mean, there's a good bit of territory down here. Up here, there's some elevated ground, which would help for power generation, which is, you know, kind of nice. Honestly, I'm not getting, like, high chances of water anywhere in the vicinity here. Ew. That's quite poor, actually. I mean, of course, there could very well be water, but we want to make sure that wherever we go has a high chance of water and concrete. 98%. This might be a good location right here. We've got possible water to the north, concrete and metals right there, rare metals and concrete right here. There we go. Look at that. Although it's down in the valley here, I don't know if we could potentially get to it. It's very low as well. And there is something to be said about going up on the plateaus for the power boost, but... Now see, this has a high chance of both water, concrete, and metals. I think I have to try this. It's a weird location for our first dome, but... Oh my gosh. Look at that. Alright, well, I think this is where we're going to go. We don't have metals, which kind of sucks. I don't know. It's but we could start terraforming around here to sort of even out the ground if we really wanted to. Let me see. Can I not? Yeah, I can't terraform at the moment, can I? Oh no, there we can. Landscaping, flatten. Like, we could think about doing something like that. I have a feeling, though, it would lose our power, our good power generation station, but, I mean, let's see something. Can I... see, that's the problem. Oh, no. Alright, we can get down there. I think that's good. I mean, I was just very worried that we wouldn't be able to get our piping down, or our cabling down there. Pipes are usually a little easier. Yeah, so we could exploit this resource. Alright, so let's take our last two. Let's check this site out. It's kind of crap, but whatever. Because this is really good, sure. It's got good water, but we don't need much water initially. That's a lot of concrete, though. But that's more like we just build up there, tunnel over to our main location, and hope for the best. Alright, let's try this. Alright. Yeah, I think over here, much better location. We've got rare metals that we could ship out for some income. We've got some water. We've got some starting concrete that's average, so we'll go through it fairly quickly. And I like down here, it's nice to know about this because it gives us some pretty decent water and concrete locations. Plus, it's a little elevated, and we can certainly turn it into sort of a wind power farm up here. Because it would be very tight to turn this into sort of a starting location. So it's a very nice location in terms of resources, but I much prefer being down here. Much prefer it. I don't have my drone hub. Okay. Well, that's fine. Let's go ahead. What I'm probably going to say is that our initial dome is going to most likely be over here. Because I can't get both of these in. Now, if I put a dome right here, I could potentially irk in the extraction, the mines on both of those, using some, like, you know, finagling there. But I kind of think that the better thing to do would be to put a dome there. And then that should, our initial drone hub should cover pretty much this entire area if I sort of center it. Hopefully. I'm very hopeful. But I'm going to go ahead and turn that off because I don't want to build this for this dome right now. Let's throw in, I want to make sure that my control area here is there. So we're just going to land right here. This may not be the primary location for our landing, but it's gonna be okay. Oops. Let's go ahead and look at that. Exploration. I guess what we do, what I usually try to do, or at least what I hope to do this time around, is scan areas that we're certainly not going to, like down here. I'm going to start in the corner, because normally I start around my base, but we're going to get boosted once we get a sensor tower up here, and I want to make more use of those boosts than I have in the past. And we have touchdown. Alright, let's go to speed 3 here. Alright, so what are we going to have our little dude here start doing? I think we start flattening area. I really think that's the best use of our dozer. I mean, we have them right now. We might as well get them to work and go from there. But where are we going to flatten? Probably, like, get rid of all of this stuff. So I'm just going to, like, flatten this area like so. I'm going to drop the priority down a little bit. That way, our drones do not immediately go do all this while we are trying to get some infrastructure built up. Okay, so with that, we're now going to need some power. So now that we know our dome is going to be over here, I think what I'm going to want to do is try to keep things a little bit more clustered over here, at least early on. So, like, for example, we know the dome here is going to be, well, I guess what I should do is I need to know where the what are the imports? No, the valves are, something like that. So let's take a look at the dome, the basic structure here. Okay, so this over here is a piping. Is that what we want? I mean, the pipes and everything are going to sort of have to go over here and up. And I want to try to limit as much as possible. Uneven terrain. Alright, we're going to try to plan this out. Maybe this. Yeah, I actually like that much better. Cancel this. Let's go salvage. Get rid of all of this. This is not good. Don't like that. Keeps it in the back area. Our probably main sort of like buildings, our city, so to speak, is going to be down here. At least early on. I don't know how many like large domes we're gonna have. Depending on what resources are over here, we might just sort of like, you know, connect these two up and go with that. Now, just so we're clear. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to connect these domes, are we? That's kind of disappointing. Not unless we put a dome in the middle there, which I don't really think we're going to really do. Now, if we did... you know what? The barrel domes are actually a little bit better. Alright, let's redo this. I forgot about the barrel domes. They give you a little bit more space early on. Can we go this way? No drone connection. We did something like that, and then something like this. Yep, there we go. That's what we're going to do. Alright. That should leave us open some room to put down a tunnel. Alright, and then we sort of have to set this up. Ah, sugar. That's going to screw up our sort of our pattern that we were going with, because this is where the actual inputs are. It's fine. We'll go there, and there, and there, and there, and then there. And then we have to connect up because of things like that. All right. Up here. Over. And then let's try and get... Where's this going to go down? Down this way. And then down here. Go over there. There. I guess, yeah, that's going to work. Boom. Okay. And then we're going to set up our water. Life support. Like so. Boom. And then let's get, that's turned off, right? Yes. All right, we're going to go ahead and get the drones working. Moxie. We're going to throw down a Moxie right there. And we are going to throw down an oxygen tank right here. And honestly, what I haven't really done in the past, but I'm going to try to do now, is make use of these pipe valves. Must be built on completed pipe. So that I can cut off. So during a dust storm or something, if all of this like gets broken, or if like there's a leak along here, I want to be able to shut off the valve at this point to limit the amount of piping that's being impacted by that, and go with something like that. I could start using those things as well over, like, just sort of like do little relays of piping here and there to try to, you know, cut off, you know, isolate the leak in of itself so that we don't have that issue. And that's something to actually think about, like every other, you know, go around or something to like section off various areas of pipe. Opening the build menu. Yeah. Parameters, vegetation. Lovely. All right, so we do have forestation. We didn't bring any seeds, unfortunately. We do have the GHG factory, so we're going to want to get those down somewhat quickly. Yeah, that's wonderful. B, I can hit B. Okay. Production. We've got a fuel refinery. I'm going to put the fuel refinery, say, up here. Because I think, where are we going to have our landing pad? I guess is a better question. I kind of want the fuel to be a little bit far away from our main dome. In fact, let's go ahead and throw down a landing pad just to say. And I think, like, maybe right here would be a decent location. At which point, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the fuel refinery close, but a little bit further up. So if I'm going to put a valve right there, I'm going to want this a little bit on the other side of the valve, to be honest. Put it right there. And then let's go with some storage areas. Let's put a universal storage. I guess where's our like primary storage locations going? I don't know. We'll just put something right there for now. You're not actually doing anything. Why is that? All right. You don't have auto do whatever you're gonna do. Okay, there we go. I wonder why they're not picking this stuff up. Oh, we're not within range of any resources. All right then, let's go cargo rocket. We do, no we don't. I was gonna say, do we have supply things? I want a transport and an explorer. So I make sure to get that, and a moisture vaporator. Although the moisture vaporator is a little less needed at the moment. I want to bring in some seeds, and I guess that's it. Huh. Do I want to bring in anything else? Bring in a couple of polymers, some machine parts. Seeds are really space inefficient, huh? Alright, we'll just launch with that, and that should be okay. Now, can you actually collect resources? Load resource. No, you can just load waste rocks. So, yeah. Not gonna work. Alright, well, not much else to do until our new, until this payload comes here, because we don't actually...
Resources are low.
We don't have any metals, which is kind of oops. I mean, we do have some over here, I think. Yeah. But I could probably, like, get one of my drones over there to actually use this. Let's go ahead and just turn that off right now. But yeah, we're going to have to wait for the transport. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a cut in the video here. And I'm going to just let the game run until our second rocket gets here. At which point we'll be able to collect some of the metals on the map and bring them back to the base. And we can actually start building what we have here. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you're going to enjoy this series. If you do, please hit that like button. If you want to see more content, as always, I strongly encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you next time, folks. Bye-bye.